Safety smoke is a safety system implemented in school hallways that produces a smoke to blind a school shooter when they enter the building. Safety smoke, make your way to the stage.
We are Safety Smoke. I'm Eli Oates.
I'm Sloan Bach.
I'm Morgan Ortega.
I'm Kieran Patel.
I'm Sam Medina.
And I'm Zane.
I thought the gunman was going to come back to the room, so I grabbed the blood and I put it all over me. These are the words of the fourth grader, Mia Sorello. Mia Sorello went to school in Uvalde, Texas, where the lives of 19 of her classmates and 2 of her teachers were taken. This is a fear for millions of children, parents, and teachers all across America today, including the 6 of us standing up in front of you. The number of school shootings has increased 163% since 2020 and almost 2,000% since 2010. We know that the collective grief from parents and families all throughout the country does not seem to evoke change. And as numerous studies have shown, when heavy-duty security systems go into schools, it makes students feel like they're in a prison, causing mental health to deteriorate and violence to increase. So it's time to take this issue into our own hands. We believe with our product, we have the ability to solve this tragic reality.
Let me introduce you to Safety Smoke. In this video, we see a teacher who is alerted to a shooter present in the school. After an alarm goes off for 10 seconds, teachers lock their doors and the smoke comes down. Notice that the smoke is localized to a specific hallway. The smoke disorients the threat during the critical 6-minute time period and allows law enforcement to arrive and enter the building.
Initially, Safety Smoke is the last line of defense. Our fog makes it to where you can't see down a hallway. This means a shooter won't be able to aim at students or see into classes. During this critical time period, we give law enforcement much needed time to arrive. And within 10 seconds of their arrival, the smoke fades and they're able to confidently enter the building. Eventually, Safety Smoke will act as a deterrent. A shooter wants to see what he's done. He wants to be on the news. If our school system is known to prevent that, we will deter a shooter from deciding that a school is their next target. This is a demonstration of our product. What we are seeing is a system similar to ours being used in response to a robbery in Europe. Notice that the natural instinct of the robber is to flee immediately. On the left, we have our working product. Our product has a flow rate that is capable of filling a Westlake hallway 60 feet long in 7 seconds. Our fog is FDA approved, water-based, and dissipates quickly.
Through engineering our product, we learned that we have the capability of developing a cost-efficient, simple, yet effective design, reaffirming that we will be able to put our product into the market in the near future. On the right, we have a 3D design of how our product will be implemented. Since school ceilings have uniform panels, we will be able to easily install our product at intervals throughout school hallways. We also created a UI design for an app that connects all school authorized users. When they open the app, they'll be presented with a map of their school, when they can easily look at any of the maps and click on the button to activate the smoke. To further our MVP research, we reached out to lawyers, engineers, school safety boards, and police, all located in Austin. After presenting Safety Smoke, we received positive feedback and demonstrated interest in our concept. Specifically, after talking to a patent attorney, we learned that we will need to obtain a utility and design patent in order to protect our product.
Traditional forms of security are out of competitors. We're competing with them for school financing. This includes both physical and AI systems. Unlike these systems, Safety Smoke provides the final layer of security needed to keep schools safe. When doing research for our product, we came across a company named NetTalon. NetTalon, someone would tell us, uses fog machines to blind a shooter. We asked ourselves, why is NetTalon pivoted?
After talking to the executive director of school safety, we found that the reason this company decided to pivot was because they have a system where smoke would obstruct law enforcement trying to intervene. This company stands as our primary competitor. But with Safety Smoke's quick dissipating fog for law enforcement access, we are changing the school safety market.
We will be indirectly marketing our company through social media and news coverage where we hope to gain parental support. Our direct marketing will involve sending members of our team to pitch your idea to school boards and bond committees, and then have our first beta school represent our product. We plan on selling our product by student. With 85% of US schools being public, our total addressable market is 90,000 schools with 64 million students. Our estimated revenue is $6 billion. Assuming that 15% of public schools are interested in implementing our product, our serviceable addressable market is 13,000 schools with 9.7 million students, giving us an estimated revenue of $970 million.
To put our product into schools, it costs us $5.20 per student. This accounts for the manufacturing, installation, and distribution of our product. We then have a yearly cost for inspection and upkeep, which is only $1.16 a student. Our company is selling our product on a subscription-based transaction recurring annually. For our price structure, we plan on charging schools on a price per student basis. Over the course of the contract, a school would pay $100 a student. Additional sources of revenue would include repairs, checkups, and drills.
We forecast over the next 3 years to have an estimated revenue of $940,000. We plan on achieving this by first implementing our product into a beta school with approximately 3,000 students. Then, in year 2, we hope to reach out to the rest of the schools within that district, reaching another 6,000 students. And finally, in year 3, once we have validity to our product, we will work with a school district the size of AISD. Over the 3-year period, we have a profit margin of 83%, a gross profit of $682,000, and a net profit of $224,000.
$15,000 will get us to year 2. During this time period, we will be finalizing our product and continuing to test. By 2024, we know that we will have the confidence to start applying for federal grants.
We plan on financing our startup through non-dilutive federal grants. Since what we are tackling is such a major issue in the US, there are many federal grants available for research and development, with a grant ceiling of $11.5 million. If we are unable to receive funding through federal grants, we believe we may be able to momentarily pivot away from school safety. Some departments that would be interested in our product are the Departments of Defense, Justice, and Homeland Security. Additional funding avenues may include corporations such as Patagonia, Levi's Clothing, and Allstate Insurance, who donate or invest into companies that fight gun violence.
Once we get further funding, our first step will be to integrate into a beta school. This school will represent our product, where our next step will be to further integrate into the rest of the district. We then plan on selling to neighboring schools, and then finally throughout the state. We hope that by this stage, we will have a large footing in the market share. Safety Smoke prioritizes being in a constant state of evolution. So, by 2029, we want to push for our product to be mandated within public schools, similarly to fire sprinkler systems, exit signs, or fire extinguishers.
By 2031, as we continue to grow, we plan to expand our industries to the commercial sector, overseas embassies, and state and federal government buildings. Safety Smoke also plans to look into some additive technologies. Some additive technologies that are on our horizon include AI detection, audio pinpointing, and thermal locating. For our exit strategy, by 2032, we plan to be bought out by a larger security corporation. ADT and Otis are possible acquirers for our company. As Safety Smoke continues to grow, our hope is that students nationwide will one day be safe.
School shootings are an issue that affects every single one of us. In fact, early this year, a close friend of mine, Mario Roscoe, can be seen running to his mother after a school shooting. Our goal, not just as a company, but as people, is to guarantee that something like this will never happen again. I recognize a lot of you here today are parents with kids of your own. We believe that with our product, we can keep your kids safe. I'm Sam Medina, we're Safety Smoke, and thank you so very much for listening.
Well, first of all, wonderful job, and I think every parent in here can attest to what you're trying to do, so hats off for tackling this really challenging problem. My quick question for you is, how do you think about, as you get beta or beyond that, the training that you would have to do for teachers and students? Maybe just talk a little bit about how you would help the students and the teachers understand how to use the product.
Absolutely. One of our, the quickest reference we made was to fire drills, right? But already we have mandated 2 lockdown drills that we have to go through. And in this process, I'm sure as parents you have to have your kids come up and tell you about it, but we go into the class and we hide in a corner where the window is not, where you're not visible to the window. During this process, law enforcement has to be involved in one of those. We plan on utilizing law enforcement during this process to, have our fog come down and, train students, because it will be a learning curve at first. It will be something new, but hopefully, similarly to having to have the fire sprinkler system go off whenever you're in elementary school, we hope that we will be accustomed to this, terrible reality that we have to adjust for.
Yeah, like you said, great job. I just want to clarify. So you're saying the fire sprinkler system will go off, which is my first question, or do we know for sure?
No, sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that confusing. Our product is individual from the fire sprinkler system. I was just relating to it as students have had to do fire drills in the past.
Right, but one would assume that would trigger the sprinkler system. The smoke won't. Do you know?
Two individual products.
I think
It wouldn't, because it's a water-based smoke, and it's just water and sugar, so it wouldn't trigger the smoke alarms that are heat sensors.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So kudos for tackling such a sensitive, an emotional issue, I think that's close to everyone's hearts. I'm a little curious about your pricing model. So if I heard correctly, it's like a per student pricing model on a subscription basis. What was the thought process behind pricing that way versus like a per unit or per installation type of charge?
So we price per student because in Texas, the TEA regulates how many students a school can have and a max per teacher. So per teacher, there has to be a certain amount of students. So instead of square footage, we chose to do per student during the school.
To add on top of what Morgan said, through our research, we found that when people purchase products like for security or safety, they like to see like ongoing revenue. So we decided that incoming subscription would be best.
Thank you. Please give another round of applause.
Thank you.